Hi, Grandmas. So, I thought that I would do this little video project to just kind of encourage us and just really uplift each other, but also, we're going to be able to see this video for years and years and years, so it'll be kind of cool to look back on. Um, so, yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
If Andrea could see herself the way that I see her, she would see just the perfect mom. She would see someone who's so fun and so loving, and someone who really cares about people, someone who loves to joke around and be sassy and just be hard on each other, but also really understanding and just have a lot of grace for people. They would see someone who doesn't step back from a challenge, and someone who works really hard to reach her goals, and even through the tough times, she sticks it out and is really relying on people. And yeah.
If Andrea saw herself the way I see her, she would see a badass. I just think you're really strong and really independent-minded. And you care really deeply about people. I love hearing you talk about your family, and I know that that's kind of a sore point sometimes for you, but it's inspiring to me to see how fiercely and how protectively you love them and you take care of them, even if sometimes they can't reciprocate that for you. And I feel that love too. I know I'm not your family, but I really felt your care towards me, and I know everyone else, all the other grandmas have felt that too.
If Andrea could see herself the way that I see her, she would see herself as nurturing, reliable, and someone that you can always count on.
If Andrea could see herself the way that I see her, she would see a beautiful, strong, intelligent woman. And I know that those things sound like pretty generic, but she really is so beautiful, and it comes from like deep in here. It's not just like this shallow like beauty, but it's just something that she radiates. And then strong, she's just so tough, and not like in a tomboy sense, but in a just, she can handle anything, and if she can't, she works really hard to do her best. And I think that that's a really real strength that she has. And intelligent. Oh my gosh, she's just so smart. She can figure out anything and can think deeply about things at a level that I don't think many people can. I think that that's really cool. I think Andrea really honors God by how much grace she shows for people, and I think that that's something that we always like joke about with her, like, I just think we need to show them grace. But really, I think that she is such a good example of that. She really understands what it means to be forgiven and to forgive each other through that.
Andrea. If Andrea saw the way that I see her, gosh, you've changed so much. She would see a super goofy, sarcastic, loud, sassy, caring, serious, determined woman. Impatient and graceful person. Yeah, she would see all that.
If Adriana could see herself the way that I see her, she would see herself as someone that's always available to talk and comfort people when they're upset, as well as ambitious and intelligent.
So if Adriana could see herself the way that I see her, she would see somebody who's really great and who's beautiful and who loves people and who's just a hard worker, and someone who's really making her family proud continually. She would see someone that's really proud of her heritage and where she comes from and really embraces that, and it's just really welcoming and loving to all kinds of people.
If Adriana saw the way that I saw her, she would see, I just think of someone that's come so far, and I think she's changed the most drastically, in all good ways, and so I think she's just very submissive to the Lord's will, and that's something that's very admirable to her, and she is so loving and so caring, and so genuine. She's very, very intelligent, and I think she doesn't really know that about herself, for whatever reason, but I think she's very, very, very bright.
If Adriana saw herself the way I see her, she would see someone who is intentionally growing in the right things. Adriana, I see you studying the Word a lot, especially this semester, seeking to grow your relationship with the Lord. I see you inviting advice of people you trust and people who are wiser than you. I see you applying yourself to your career path and to your school. You just have a really great focus to your goals, and you carry them out. You don't just say you're going to do something, but you actually do it.
And Adriana shows God through her joy and her laughter and her goofiness. I think that she is able to have this lightheartedness through things that is just really bright and joyful, and it just makes people happy. If Adriana could see herself the way that I see her, she would see a spunky girl, just sassy and hilarious. So funny and so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, cutest girl ever. But also somebody that has this really soft heart that she kind of keeps underneath. And it's such a blessing to get to see that from time to time. And just be really open and vulnerable with each other. I think that that's been my favorite times with her, is whenever we can just be real with each other and be sad with each other or heartbroken with each other or happy with each other, but just like seeing that softer side that I don't think many people get to see.
If Dekesia saw herself the way I see her, she would see someone who rises to the occasion, especially to challenges. And you don't complain. You stay up all night grading papers. You get out there and you student teach a class full of seniors for your student teaching, which sounds so intimidating. But they love you, and you teared up when you talked about leaving them. So you really make the best of a lot of situations, and you're an example of how to be content in all situations. I don't think I've, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever heard you complain about anything, because you work hard and you focus on what needs to be done, not about how it affects you, or I just think that's really admirable.
If Dekesia saw the way that I see her, she would see a wise lady, and intentional and inquisitive and silly, caring person. She seeks to do the right thing, and she's obedient. And I think she doubts herself a lot of times, but she doesn't realize that she's doing all that she can to glorify God again. And and gosh, whenever I'm having such a crappy day, she just asks the right questions. just so thankful for that. It just means so much. It's like God uses her. It's like God uses her at the right time to tell me what He wants me to think about, or like the direction that I need to look at things. You're just so great, Takesia.
If Takesia could see herself the way that I see her, she would see somebody that is so worthy of everything that she's blessed with. And not in a deserving way, because I don't think that anyone deserves blessings necessarily, but I think that she is truly, truly loved and truly honored by people, and that just comes from the fact that they love God so much and love her so much, because she is just so sweet and kind and gentle, and real. She truly cares about people, and is such a great friend, and somebody that is really just worthy is the word that I think of for sure.
If Takesia saw herself the way that I see her, she would just see somebody who is constantly growing. Someone who's constantly growing, like spiritually, in friendships and relationships, as an adult, as a student, and she's constantly learning new things and reading books that she enjoys, and finding ways to fill her time, whether that's like spending time with people or getting advice from people, or going to the library or student teaching. She would just see somebody who is constantly growing, constantly learning how to cook, constantly trying new things, like going on road trips and going tubing, and someone who, even though it's something that she's never done before, or she might be really scared, like she does it, and she does it with a smile, and she at least tries it and doesn't just go with it and not do it. She really tries everything at least once, and I really love that about her. She'd see someone who is just so sweet and so kind and so conscious of people and how they're feeling, and she can really pick up on like undertones, and she's just really good about asking really purposeful questions and really good questions, and really wanting to help you and really wanting you to feel better if you're feeling down, and she's just really considerate of other people and everybody in this house, and all the things that we have and the things that she has, and she's really giving, and and really generous in a lot of different aspects. So that's all.
If Takesia saw the way that I see her, she would see that she is more worthy than the things that she accomplished, and she is just an amazing person to be around. She is also really wise, and she is just so kind and so intentional with people and so loving. It's just so easy to be around, and yeah, just the word that comes to my mind for Takesia is just worthy. She is worthy to be loved and worthy to have a wonderful job and to live here and be here and be part of this ministry. She's just very worthy.
And if Michaela could see herself the way that I see her, she would see this graceful, wise woman. I don't even know how to say it. I think that she has like the oldest soul out of all the grandmas for sure. I think that she just has like this way that she carries herself, and she has this really calming presence, and is just very comforting because she has wisdom in her that she's cultivated through spending time with God, and the people in her life that have really poured out into her. have just made her really wise, and she's also just really intelligent. She works hard at school, and just does such a great job and really honors God through that stuff. And just has the capacity to just think very deeply about things. I think that's really cool.
If Michaela could see herself the way that I see her, she would just see a really great person, someone who works so hard, and she's so busy, but she makes time for everything. She makes time to meet with people, she makes time to do studying homework, to do internships and research projects and editing and all of these things. She makes time for God and time with Him, and she makes time with our roommates and her family. And she's just really great. She's just a really hard worker, really persistent. She's someone who she might be afraid to try new things, but she does it anyway. And despite her being like nervous about something or worrying about something, she does it anyway. And I think that's really cool, and definitely an attribute that I wish that I had. And she's just really bold in asking questions and getting to the bottom of things, and she's just a really good listener and a really good roommate, and she's so considerate in the morning. And so if she saw herself the way that I see her, she would just see an amazing person.
If Michaela saw the way that I see her, she would see that she is more than just brains, and she is more than just eloquent words, but I think she is very beautiful. The way that she just really loves the Lord, just really, this is really empowering and very, very encouraging. And I know that's something that she struggles with, is being defined by her knowledge and grades, but she is just so much more than that. She is a wonderful daughter. She is a wonderful roommate. She thinks so rationally, and so I just think she lives so gracefully every single day.
If Michaela saw the way that I see her, yes, that's how it goes. She would see a smart, obedient, caring, serious, responsible, loving, godly, professional, sophisticated, beautiful woman. She cares so much about being obedient in order to be able to reflect God.
Michaela, if she could see herself the way that I see her, she would see herself as someone that's very easy to be around, genuine, and encouraging to everyone that follows Jesus.
If Brittany could see herself the way that I see her, like a sister, like even though we bicker or whatever, I think that you can't do that with someone unless you truly love them and truly know them to the point that you're just able to connect with them in that way and be loving through those moments, even if we are butting heads or something, like knowing at the end of the day that we just love each other and we're gonna love each other no matter what. And I think that our relationship really shows that in how much time we're able to spend together and how much we laugh and have fun. Yeah, it's just a very sisterly relationship. And I think that she's also someone that's really, really kind and thinks deeply about things and is wise beyond her years. She has this ability to try to like see things from not the perspective of someone at her age. She wants to really think through things and really see God with things, and I think that that's really cool.
If Brittany saw the way that I see her, she would see a bubbly, sweet, goofy, loud, did I already say sweet? Also obedient. And and caring. She's willing to put whatever she's struggling with to the light in order to do what glorifies God. I think she's really sweet and goofy and fun to be around, and sassy. Oh my gosh, she's sassy. I mean, so am I. But yeah, I like how we can like talk back to each other and just be sarcastic and whatever. And yeah, I don't know. She's really fun.
If Brittany could see herself the way that I see her, she would see herself as full of joy, hardworking, and as a person that truly loves her family.
If Brittany saw the way that I see her, she would see just how lively she is. She's so bubbly. She is so kind. And it's really shocking because I just think a lot of things have happened to her where she probably shouldn't be bubbly. She shouldn't be this or that. But I think the Lord has really been good to her and good to her heart and good to her mind, for her to still continue and still be so sweet to people. And she just really lightens the room, I think, and is so wise beyond her years.
If Brittany saw herself the way I see her, she would see, sorry, I'm looking at all the photos on your wall. She would see someone who is so beautiful. I don't think I've ever told you this, but I just think you're beautiful. Physically, you have this beautiful curly hair and this wonderful smile, but also inwardly. I think about how you welcomed Sierra and Alyssa, and how you make people feel at home and make them feel comfortable. When I first came into this house, I know that I felt very comfortable because of you, even though I didn't know everyone. And that's a really beautiful quality about you.
If Mia could see herself the way that I see her, she would see herself as talented, a deep thinker, and someone that's good at making people feel welcome.
If Mia saw the way that I see her, she would see, it just goes beyond of like the letter grading class. It goes beyond this grad school. It goes beyond family upbringing. But I think she too is someone that's very, it's very unique in a lot of ways. I just see her as someone is very diligent and is a hard worker, and just very, very intentional and very understanding of people. And I think she knows that. She's just very, it's like as easy as breathing and being friends with Mia, I feel like. And
Mia, if you saw yourself the way I see you, I think you'd see someone who's very wise, and very self-aware. I think you're also very intentional about what you spend your time on and what you work on and what you prioritize. I also see you as a very reflective person, but not overly introspective. So you think about what you're struggling about, and you have these strong emotional reactions to things, and you think about them. You think about if they please the Lord. You think about how they affect other people. You don't just kind of splatter all over the place. You think about them, and you want to use your gifts and use all the talents you have to please the Lord and to serve other people. And I think that's really admirable.
If Mia could see herself the way that I see her, she would see someone who's just a really hard worker and someone who definitely holds me accountable to my actions and to my words, and she's someone who really loves Jesus and really gives it her all. She's someone who is very interesting and likes really cool things, and she asks really hard questions even when nobody wants them to be asked, but she's also really hilarious and someone who's so wonderful. And even though she has a lot of things coming at her, she combats them with Jesus and with coping mechanism skills. And she just gives really good advice, and she's very generous, and just she really helps make this, our house, a home that we all want to be. And she's really good at serving us, and serving me especially, and she's a really good coworker and a really good friend. And she's just someone I wish that she wouldn't rely only on her, like what her face looks like or how cool she looks, but just knowing that she's a really great person and has a really great heart, and that's what people like when they meet her, when they see her, not what she looks like and not what she's wearing. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah. And me, I saw the way that I see her. She would see a sweet, serious, caring, diva, sassy, hipster, and purposeful, and smart, and gosh, there's just so many things. But I've just seen this whenever it's with the roommates or with other people, like when you're analytical, and you're just able to put things in another perspective that I think oftentimes a lot of people miss. And I think that's just so necessary as roommates and for this community and for like the kingdom as a whole. And although like we clash, it's like a perfect clash, because like we're able to now kind of like meet at the middle and understand each other. And I don't know, man, I just think you're one of the closest friends that I have. And I think a lot of that is because you're just so sincere and honest and goofy and stupid, and stupid is not bad. Sorry, the music's like playing. I don't know, I have no words.
I don't know if you want to include this, Mia, but I would just like to say a message to the whole house. This year has been a time of a lot of growth for me, a time of a lot of challenges, and I know that I'm not the best at communicating when I'm hurting or when I need help, something that I'm working on. And I know I'm not always consistent in showing my affection for you guys or in taking care of you, but I just wanted to say that I felt a lot of support from this house. I felt a lot of I think you guys made my transition out of my parents' house a lot easier, because I'm really close with them. And I just wanted to say thank you. I'm a really long ways away than I was when I first moved. This time last year, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I think I got the best deal I could have imagined. So I thank the Lord for you.